everyone here from the JollyMonz crew today. We're going to do a tournament report like we talked about. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about what we played, how big the event was. We're going to go through each round specifically with how we did against what. And then we're going to talk about maybe we wish we would have played specific cards that we didn't play. You know, maybe we wish we teched a Hex Maniac when we didn't. Maybe we just wish we played a different deck. Things like that. So, to get it started, we're going to see what everybody played. CJ, you can go first. What did you play today?
I feel like... Alright, so this is a deck I wanted to try for a while just because it kind of fits my definition of fun. In the end, I kind of didn't like it, but I tried Houndoom Mill.
And now, a big reason he did that, of course, today, not that many people showed up. We usually get anywhere from 12 to 15 people at our local tournament every Sunday. Today, we only got 9 for some reason. A lot of the more casual players didn't show up. It was really just the hardcore competitive group that really showed up. So he figured, why not?
Try something different.
You never know what you might like.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, what'd you play?
Decidueye Plume, because next weekend we are going to the League Cup, and I don't know if I want to play that or my other deck right now is Mewtwo, so I just wanted to get a feel for Decidueye Plume, see like how it pilots, that way if I play against it or if I play with it, I'll like know more. So I didn't tend to like go try hard and like try to win the tournament, but I wanted more knowledge, so that's what I went off with.
Alright, and then I played Turbo Dark. Now, majority of this, I don't want to say season, that's not the right word. This format, since Sun and Moon came out, I've been playing a lot of Rayquaza. At this point, I feel like I've learned just about everything I can with the deck. So, the last couple weeks, including this one, I've been playing Turbo Dark just to try and maybe see if I want to play that instead. I'm not too confident with Mega Ray with so much Vileplume running around, and Turbo Dark has an easier time getting around it. So, that's what I've been playing. So, now what we're going to do, sir, you have a JollyMonz on your head.
I know. I put it there.
Alrighty
You wanted
then.
to join.
Anyway. So, we're going to start with the rounds. Now, round 1. CJ, what did you play against?
I played against this guy.
So, Turbo Dark.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I thought you meant me.
No, I played you next round. Don't you remember this?
No.
No, I played against Turbo Dark. First game, it felt good. I mean, I actually got the first game, but I feel like that was partially on a misplay, which, you know, everybody makes misplays every now and then. I had a little bit of a slow start, and I actually thought I was going to lose the first game.
Yeah, I thought I had it early on, too.
But enough Lysanders to bring up a Hoopa, enough Crushing Hammers, and eventually I was able to take game 1. And then game 2, Yveltal, the one with Oblivion Wing, is just really good.
Yeah, no, game 1, I didn't play the matchup right. No one around here plays Houndoom Mill, and I don't play online that much. I really only play when we're recording for the channel. So, game 1 was basically me just playing the entire matchup wrong. And so, game 2 and 3, I was able to pick up on how to actually play the matchup and how not to lose.
Yeah, game 1, you were just basically going all in with Darkrai EX, which, I mean, of course, that's what the deck does, really. You just headbutt the wall with Darkrai, but when your stuff just keeps getting hammered away, that's where it falls apart. Now, when you started just going, alright, here's a Yveltal that I started with, I'm like, well, you're just going to get back all the energies that I discard. So I was hoping that maybe if I just hammer them off the Yveltal enough, you'll just not get them, but you always had another energy.
And then, was it game 2, I just windmill slammed the top deck Dark Energy on you?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I made a play, because there was already a bunch of energy on the board. I was like, there's no way this guy just gets another energy. And I made a play off of that assumption. And
Windmill slam that energy, boys. Always got to windmill slam the top decks.
And
Show the utmost disrespect.
It also doesn't help that, I think it was an end of 1. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll just get a Sycamore off of this.
You're not wrong.
So,
No
top
big
deck
deal.
skills for days.
I mean, Pokemon, it's a lot of luck, and the luck just wasn't in my favor.
Well, especially with Houndoom, because all those hammers.
Oh yeah, I missed like 90% of my hammers.
Fun fact, only 2 out of 9 crushing hammers hit me today.
So you got good luck, man.
I mean, I always do, don't I?
I guess.
Top deck like
Don't
a champ.
say that, now you're gonna get cursed.
Say it all the time.
Get cursed as long as it's only against me.
Right. Alright, so that's basically both of our round ones. That covers that pretty quick. So,
Okay.
Trevor. Oh, wait.
I was about to say Game 3 was basically just a repeat of Game 2.
Yep. Just playing the matchup properly, using Evital.
Missing hammers.
That too.
Yeah.
Alright then. So, Trevor, what did you play round one?
The quad Lapras deck, which is very weird to me. I knew that it was a thing and that it topped, but I did not know that it legit. Well, the guy I was playing against legit only had 4 Lapras. That was his only Pokemon. I don't know if that's.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
That's how the deck's played.
No, that originally the
Okay,
deck started with just 4
so-
Lapras.
The first game was amazing because he mulliganed up to 6 times, and after the 6th time, you pretty much just have to go to your first basic and put it on the active spot. So he only has 4 Lapras, so he started with a Lapras. So I had my 7 cards. Well, I think I put 1 in the active and 1 in the bench, and so I had 5 cards, and then I drew 6. So I had a 12 card to start turn with Plume, so it went definitely in my favor. It was really good. It was just interesting because with all the hammers running around, I had to make sure that I was kind of like set up and ready to go before I touched my DCEs. That way he couldn't just hammer them off. That was pretty much the only trouble I had against it. He just couldn't start. I just got the Plume out as fast as I could after I was set up, and I just locked him down.
No, that deck plays a lot of items.
Yeah.
So
I rushed.
not being
the
able to
first-
play them, it kind of just cripples it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it was way too slow. And it was really weird is because Lapras has weakness for grass. Usually Lugia is my main attacker, but I Decidueye it.
Oh, yeah.
Decidueye,
180 every turn.
well, with Feather Arrow, it's knockout. So, Feather Arrow, Razor Leaf for knockout every turn. So I was one-hitting his Lapras, and he just couldn't keep up.
And with Vileplume out, he's not putting Fury belts on anything.
Nope, not Max Elixir or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I 2-doed him.
Yeah, I know the decks usually do 4, maybe 5 Pokemon, because some of them starting adding a Wobbuffet or a Manaphy.
Yeah, I was about to say, why
Yeah.
wouldn't it run Manaphy?
Because the deck doesn't need to switch.
Mm.
It's locking you out of playing so much they're not
Okay,
worried about
that's true.
attacking every turn. That
And
deck
then-
basically plays the best of one.
Yeah, and then Wobbuffet, it's
Very
just a good
luck.
stall card.
Look base.
Yeah, it's usually 4 or 5 Pokemon, probably around 10 energies, I think. Do they do around 10? I don't know.
Something like
And
that.
then it's just like 45 items.
Yeah, he said he
Or
plays
45
a
trainers.
lot of items. So.
Yep. The only reason, like, Wobbuffet would be so he can put the Wobbuffet in, use all his items,
Yeah,
and then you know, try and get something going.
Wobbuffet was added for the Plume matchup, I think.
Yep.
I mean, it's in generally just a good card, but I think it's mostly for the Plume.
A lot of decks in general are just adding a Wobbuffet now.
Yeah.
You have to.
Alright, so, end of round 1. CJ's 0-1. I'm 1-0. Trevor's 1-0. Alright. Round 2. CJ, what did you play?
I played this guy.
Finally me this time.
Yeah, he played against Decidueye Vileplume, and I should have realized this before I started the game. I don't know why I didn't. Plume just locks it down. Because like, I'm relying on my hammers, my max elixirs, my fighting fury belts.
Max Elixir, you mean Max Potion?
Max potion. Yeah, that
So
thing.
why are you playing
You
Duh.
Max
didn't even
Elixir?
play that against me. Max Potion, I didn't even know you had it.
Well, yeah.
'Cause you always
play
got Plume
Vileplume,
ready.
sir.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Because
awesome.
like, you don't do very much damage before you get it online. Because most of the damage comes from like Decidueye.
Yeah, Feather Arrow.
But then by the time you have Decidueye ready, you probably already have the Vileplume ready. And I mean, now that I think about it, it should have been obvious. I just really wanted to play the deck, and I just really wanted it to do good, and it didn't. And now I'm sad.
Yeah. Story of your life.
Always.
I mean, I wouldn't, like, shoot it down, though. I feel like it's still a fun thing, just...
It's something that only works in Europe. I don't know what it is about Europe, but the deck only works there.
You just have to have luck, man.
I mean, I don't even think it's top 16 to regionals here.
I think it's gonna be a situation where, like, if we were in a slower meta, it would be good.
Yeah, but not when
'Cause-
you got Max Elixirs running around and...
Yeah. I mean, I can, because I mean, it's a little bit of spoiler, but in round 3, I played a slower deck, and it crushed. Like, he couldn't do anything.
Yep.
So.
Alright, so. What?
I was going to say, essentially both of our 2 games was I mill him a couple times until he just finally gets the plume in play and just slowly shoots away the dogs.
Well, I feel like
the dogs.
It was actually kind of hard for me because, like, to get plume out, you gotta get plume out, and you gotta go through a lot of resources. So I kind of had to limit what I used.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like, I was hoping that eventually you would just have to go through so many cards that just a couple turns of Houndoom would just get there. But you would go get the Vile Plume in play, and you only went through like 20 cards.
Yeah, I would go the least like expensive route, so to say. Just like go straight to Plume, use less resources.
Yeah, no, because against that deck, you've got plenty of time to find an attacker.
Yep.
Plenty of time.
I think I did. I think I just sat on the Plume for a couple turns.
And that's one of the most key things you can do when you play against Houndoom, in case it's not obvious. Do not play Sycamore. You have plenty of time to find an attacker. Don't rush it.
Actually,
once.
You can play one Sycamore early to get yourself in a better position, but don't overextend.
Yeah, don't play it like most matchups where you just Sycamore.
Don't go for don't go for the most possible. Get yourself good enough.
Yeah. Yep. Or don't play how you normally would play, kind of.
Yep.
Because like I said, Houndoom's not doing you any damage. It's a slow burn. Just get yourself in a good enough position and go hope for the best.
Yep.
Alright, well, my round 2, we played against Evolutions. The typical Umbreon, Espeon, 4 EV, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon from Ancient Origins.
I don't know what they're from.
I think they're from Ancient Origins. But the ones that turn all your stage 1s into that typing attack. So, game 1, I bricked really hard. I don't think I got an attack off with Turbo Dark until like turn 3, maybe even 4. Pretty bad.
Pretty slow.
We almost got there. But then I had game next turn, but he Lysandered up a Shaman with a Jolteon on the bench to one-shot it with Umbreon. Since the Jolteon makes the Umbreon's attacks electric. Rip me, right? So, we go to game 2. Game 2, I get off much faster. I get the turn start you want to get, 2 or 3 energy and play turn 1, just going off. And we just started killing his stuff immediately. Taking out EVs, whatever it may be. Game 3 was pretty much the same thing. The guy playing it is still relatively new, so it probably could have been a little bit different. Not necessarily sure he made any play mistakes, but I wasn't really watching every little thing he did, like discarding with his Ultra Balls and stuff. I'm not really sure.
I think he's doing fine for a new player.
Yeah, all things considered. But Turbo Dark gets there so fast, especially when I can just kill your EVs with 2 energy and stop you from even getting anything out.
See, that's the thing. He's playing another one of the slower decks.
Yep.
That relies on trying to slow you down and then recover in the late game. But
Evolutions just really isn't even that good. I mean, if you want to play the Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon set, it's better in Vespiquen.
Yep.
And Umbreon and Espeon both seem to be better if you just built a deck strictly for them. Like Espeon Wobbuffet or Umbreon whatever.
I mean, I think the Umbreon Wobbuffet could do something.
Yeah.
And even with the Tauros, because you just strafe into one of them and whichever you need in the position.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be not better, but I would enjoy that more than trying the whole EV evolution.
Yeah, no, I just don't think playing all 5 evolutions is...
Yeah,
that's
4 EVs.
Yeah, no, it's too gimmicky. Like, it's one of those things you think looks great on paper because you can hit all kinds of stuff for weakness, but...
I get there.
You don't really have a great attacker. Umbreon's only dealing 120 if you include the bench damage.
Yeah.
Espeon's...
But really, it's hitting 180 if you hit something in the active for weakness.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It does knock out a lot.
Just compared to all the other top decks in the format, it's really slow. Like, don't get me wrong, Vileplume's really slow, but it's slow in the good way because it's stopping them from even playing the game.
At this point, I don't even know if you can call Vileplume slow.
I wouldn't. I've been getting like turn 1 or turn 2 Plume if I really want to. Like,
No, I just mean how long it takes you to win the game.
Well, yeah.
Well,
that's a different story.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can almost consider getting to like Vileplume and all the Decidueye as your win con. It's just once you get there, it's just a slow grind to finish it out.
Yep.
My game, round 3 game where we'll get there, but it was slow.
I want to hear about that.
Well, that's pretty much all I had for round 2. I ended up getting it 2-1 even though I lost game 1, so...
Because you bricked, right?
Well, yeah, game 1 I definitely bricked. I mean, not necessarily like super bricked, but for Turbo Dark it was a brick.
Yeah.
But card games, that happens. So that puts CJ at 0-2.
Yeah.
Puts me at 2-0. Puts you at
2-0.
2-0. So, round 3.
I also played against another Umbreon deck. It's a different one than the guy you were talking about. He was still doing the Umbreon Wobbuffet, but he didn't have the Evolutions. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if I saw Umbreon. Or not the Umbreon,
I was about to say.
the Wobbuffet.
I was like, what is he playing?
I don't know if I ever saw
No, he
the
definitely had Wobbuffet.
I saw it,
Wobbuffet.
because you sat next to me around 1, and I saw the Wobbuffet.
Okay, maybe he just discarded them all against me. I imagine that.
Need them.
No, wait, I did see him one game. I remember now. But yeah, like we're both slow decks, and we're both hammer decks. So, really, all he ever did was just hit me with Strafe a bunch. He did get enough to do the 90-30. I forget what it's called. Shadow Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
He got to do that once, but aside from that, I was just flare grunting him, hammering him, whatever. And really, I never felt threatened.
That's another deck I just don't think's very good.
He would spend like 3 turns hitting me with strafes, and then I just max potion, attach another energy, keep milling you.
Don't get me wrong. I think Umbreon's a great card. I don't think she really has a home right now.
It's probably one of those cards that'll just get better once the rotation happens.
Yeah, because I mean, right now with Dark, I'd rather play Turbo Dark. I'd rather play Evital.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really have a home. There's no room in either one of those decks for her.
I mean,
so.
people have been trying like an Evital Umbreon. I don't know if it was ever successful, but I know people have tried it.
That was like the first brainchild a lot of the internet came up with when she was leaked. But
I'd rather
you have
just
Fright
play
Knight.
Turbo Dark.
Yeah. I mean, you have Fright Knight. That's better.
Yeah.
Like, Fright Knight stops Megas from getting to evolve and keep going. So Fright Knight's just better.
But yeah, he would... Like, he never got his Dark Call off, which probably would have helped. There's a couple times where I would look at my hand and be like, alright, if he discards all my energy, I can't really do anything. And even in game 2, I was a little bit pressured because I actually had, like, less cards in my deck than he did. But he eventually just stopped drawing useful cards. And that's when Houndoom just took over and sped up the clock. So, I didn't lose all the games. I had one successful round.
So you finally won a round.
Yes.
All right.
But salt
I
in
hope
the wound.
we get... Because I like the slower, grindier games. And I hope next format we'll get to a position like that.
I don't know about next format. Probably in a year and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, Hoopa and Shaman are going away. That's going to help a lot. It's like slowing down these fast decks. But we're still going to have Max Elixir. We're still going to have Fighting Fury Belt.
I mean, but is all that really an issue if we don't have the Shaman and the Hoopa?
I don't know.
Because I feel like when I play a turbo deck, Hoopa is so good in those decks.
I mean...
Oh, you'll miss it when it's gone.
There's a good chance like something like Turbo Dark is still going to be good. Just hypothetically, this is just off the top of my head. You know, they get to go turn 1, Ultra Ball, and instead of grabbing Shaman, they'll grab Tapu Lele, and then just grab a Lily and play a turn 1 Lily every game. That's almost as good.
I mean, the way I think about it is, compare the games when you have a Hoopa to the games when you don't have a Hoopa. Like, if, say, it's in the prizes.
It sucks.
Think about the difference that card makes.
Oh yeah. Like, it's gonna be different, but I don't think stuff like Turbo Dark's gonna die because of it.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not saying like I want the faster decks to die. I just want a slower format.
All right. My round 3 was Volcanion. Now, game 1 wasn't even really a game. I just overpowered him way too early and just blew him out of the water. Game 2 got a little sketchy for a minute because he got a Flareon online, Flareon EX, with 3 fire energy on it and a Fighting Fury belt. So she was hitting for 120, and it was too early in the game for me to one-shot her because I believe he got her off turn 3, and there's no way I was dealing 210 damage that early. But luckily, we got the clutch Lysander stall plays and escape rope plays to just overpower him and get there. I mean, it was another player who's still relatively new.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got lucky in my rounds about who I was playing, and that kind of helped me win every round.
Well, I mean, I think the second guy is a decent enough player to where it's not considered an easy win.
It was easy in the aspect that he lacked Shamans to make his deck go fast.
Yeah.
That just Shaman makes a ton of difference in decks. I mean, you can't replace Shaman with anything. If you don't have Shaman, you really need to get Shaman.
Right. People today, or I hear often, is like, well, I need a Shaman replacement. And
you can't replace Shaman.
There isn't. Like, yeah. Like, the closest thing is Octillery, but then Octillery is even...
Orangaru is not a replacement.
I mean, you can come close. Like, you can find another Pokemon that draws with an effect, but it's not going to be as powerful as what Shaman is.
The thing with Shaman that a lot of people that are trying to find replacements don't get is the reason Shaman's so good is you get to go set up for 4, 5, 6, however many, and still play a supporter and draw 7 more. I mean, when you're on turn 1 and you're getting to see 20, 25 cards out of your deck, it's really relevant. I mean, you just get to whatever you need and helps you set up turn 1 to make the rest of the game go your way.
Yep. Yeah.
So
we can get off the budget topic though.
So yeah, my round 3 was incredibly uneventful. It was over pretty quick. I mean, I think we were done in 15, 20 minutes. So we'll just go to Trevor on his round 3.
Yeah, this one is pretty interesting and juicy.
Let's get to the spice.
Yeah. Another reason I wanted to play Decidueye Plume, before we started, I saw that there was 2 Volcanion decks, and like I said, I want like experience because the league's next weekend. So I'm like, all right, I wanted a Volcanion matchup with Decidueye Plume. Because I feel like most people would be like, oh, Volcanion's going to destroy, like, his weakness and blah, blah, blah. But if you get out the Plume, oh, man, it's a whole nother matchup. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Even a couple of games, I didn't get Plume out, like, relatively fast. But, like, he killed 1 Plume, and I had to wait, like, a couple turns. And we're talking, like, late game. And I played a second Plume, and that still shut him down. And I won because of that. Like... Just because, like, I know you want to get out Plume fast enough, but once you get Plume out, like, it can change the game like nobody's business. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel that's, like, another thing where everyone's like, oh, I know what Plume does, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, once Plume's out, they realize how powerful it is. Like, how when you play a Hoopa, you're like, oh, yeah, I know what Hoopa does, but when you play that Hoopa or you don't have the Hoopa, you're like, oh, man, this card's really good. So, definitely a hard matchup. I would, depending on the player, I feel like it could be 50-50. I was more in Volcanion's favor, but like honestly, I mean, I played against a pretty experienced player in my opinion, and I would do somewhat. I mean, he's competitive, but
he knows what he's doing.
And I'm still relatively new to Decidueye Plume, so I was... After that matchup, it gave me a lot more confidence with Decidueye Plume. Like, I might play it in the League Cup, but it was good. I went 2-0, and it was just a slow, grindy game. Like, I just...
Did you 2-0?
Yeah. one game I Lysandered stall like his fat Volcanians because they have 3 retreat and he can't
Big
really.
fat.
Yeah, he can't like play like Max Elixir or any of that stuff to help him get his energy back. So I was just sitting there, I was just sniping him to death. So gotta do what you gotta do. But
Yeah.
after that matchup, my confidence is.
No. I mean, I would still kind of argue that the matchup might be in Volcanian's favor.
Oh, it is. Like,
But I'd say more like a 60-40.
oh, another thing is, it was a really sketchy play, but I feel like it was the right play because I had a Lugia active, and he had a baby Volcarona out, and
Volcanion.
yeah, Volcarona. But that's another story. But he with the power heater, I believe is what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can attach the 2 energies. I had him under item lock, so he couldn't really do anything with his big Volcanians because item lock. So I stressed to kill out that baby one because he could spread the energy. So I had to attach another DC to my Lugia. So I had 2 DCs, 2 grass, and I had to Lysander in the baby Volk. But I feel like it was worth
It's a
it.
smart play. Volcanion doesn't really play hammers.
If there's no energies in play either, was there any energies on his board?
I know there was one on the baby one. There was probably some on the big guys, but like he couldn't like max elixir or anything. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna
Like, if he's low on energy, I completely agree with that play.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
it was just sketchy
Because
because my
then-
Lugia was already damaged. I think it was like at 120, and I was just like, that was like 2 of my DCEs, 2 of my grass energy. But
I mean, he would have had to get a lot going in order to really pressure you, because he would have needed to, for one, get a Volcanion EX ready to attack, and then he will also need the energy to steam up a lot, because really, if he doesn't one-shot it, you would have probably just one-shot it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I had 120 damage on, so he could have easily killed me. It was just sketchy because I didn't have another attacker. 2 of my DCEs were there. It was just, I don't know. Made me uncomfortable. Usually I don't have to push that much.
I don't know, I feel like that's, I mean, just off of what you told us, I feel like that was a safe play.
It was just sketchy, but
I mean, obviously, I wasn't there when it happened, so in this,
yeah, everyone was gone because they're like, oh, this game's going to last forever. It did.
you're
It
not
was-
wrong.
It was, he said time, and when we were at time, I had some owls out, Decidueyes, and I was sniping him on to like my last 2 prizes. I was sniping his Hoopa EX for the game. So like we were like right there. It was
Right.
Alright, so that puts CJ at 1-2,
Yeah.
me at 3-0, Trevor at 3-0.
yes.
So we cut the round 4, because 9 people, 4 rounds. And anyone who's been in any competitive scene knows about intentional drawing into top cut, things like that. So based on the points, the top 2 tables could just intentionally draw into the top 4. And then we just agreed to split at top 4 at 5 packs, 5 packs, 4 packs, 4 packs, and call it a day. We wanted to get home early to record this stuff, so we just called it a day. Normally, I'm the jerk that makes everybody play it out. Been there, done that many a times.
Yeah, because if one person disagrees, you gotta
Yep.
do it. So
You should never hate that person. You should always come to a tournament expecting to play every
the full
round.
tournament.
Exactly. But anyway, last thing we're going to go over.
Okay.
Is there anything in the deck you wish you would have changed? Any specific card choices? Or do you just wish you would have played a different deck?
The whole deck.
I mean, I was still hoping that the deck would have worked, and I still kind of hope that if I ever do pick it up again, it will. But I feel like one thing that I probably could have changed is there is only one Team Rocket's handiwork. I know, I thought that was
I
weird.
didn't know that. Dang.
Yeah, there was only one.
If I knew that, I would have went super way harder.
In the list that I used, there was only one. I probably would have gone with 2 or 3, and then I don't remember how many energy were in there, but the energy count was a little low. I think there was 6. I would probably want to do 7 or 8, but then again, I don't know what I would cut.
Yeah, it's not
I
much
mean,
room.
maybe 1 or 2 trainers mail. But I guess overall, I kind of wish I would have just went with a good deck.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I wanted to try something different. And like I said, I really wanted the deck to work,
No, you know.
but dreams will be dreams.
I mean, I can't think of anything I would have wanted to change. I like the list a lot. It's one of the top 8 lists from Anaheim. I just copied it. I think it runs really smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
What
I
about you, Jay?
copied top tier deck lists because it's so consistent. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, when I can get, like, usually, I would probably, with confidence, I would probably say, like, at least 70% I can get turn 1 or turn, like, 2 Plume, like, really fast. And the only thing I would really stress is there's some decks out there that do the Tauros, and you just sit on the Tauros and the active while you try to set up your Decidueye and Plume. I would personally not do that. Last weekend I was playing with Decidueye Plume, and we had like a little miscommunication, and I had one Tauros and one Lugia, and the Lugia outperformed the Tauros hands down. Like, Lugia is just, it adds so much pressure, and it just makes them sweat even more. So I think the deck should play 2 Lugia straight, like no Tauros. Don't even, if you've been thinking about adding Tauros, don't do it. Just get Lugias. It's pretty much the only thing I would change.
And Lugia has price spiked because of this deck.
Yes.
Obviously, Decidueye aren't going to price spike. They're still very easy to obtain. The set's still new.
Yeah.
Lugia, on the other hand, is from an older set. So
Yep.
she shot up to, was it $15 or so for a regular art and like $25 for a full art now?
I had to order mine online, and I barely, like, I ordered like the last 2. Like, I was sitting on it, like, watching it every like couple days. So.
CJ even ordered one online the day of the price spike, and they bailed on the sale.
Would have been nice, but
Your dreams just never come true, do they, sir?
I just can't catch a break, dude.
Go for 2 on the
Never
dreams.
lucky.
Only with Kit Kats can you catch a break.
That was bad.
Oh, wow.
Get out.
Anyway, that's pretty much it for our tournament report, guys. The next one we do, we're still going to have 2 next week. We'll have one for the League Cup next Saturday, and then we'll have one for our locals next Sunday.
Actually, what we might do is we might do another one of these for our locals, but then maybe for the League Cup, have each of us do a video.
With probably showing the deck
like
list
our own
and all
experience. That's a good idea.
that stuff. Yeah.
Like what we personally brought to the
And of course,
league.
all that would be extra content. It wouldn't cut into the daily gameplay uploads.
And it'll be a much bigger... It's much bigger than some of this, so we can talk about a lot more. It's a lot less chance of us playing each other. I mean, last time the League Cup at this venue had 33 Masters, so... I mean, granted, me and him still played each other.
Yeah.
But,
It happens.
but anyways, guys, that's it for this one. You guys want to add anything?
I like to see Dry Plume. It's fun.
I need to.
I mean, Turbo Dark's pretty easy to play. I mean, it's very much a helmet deck.
I should probably just play a good deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Whoa!
High five, sir.
I hate you guys.
You'll live. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, one of us will see you tomorrow. I don't know which one.
Tomorrow will be
Monday. it'll
my
be Tuesday.
upload.
Yeah, he'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be doing a deck profile on.
Something.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yes.
Well then, just keep it secretive. Anyways, guys, that's it for us today. We had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And remember, guys, stay jolly.